You work at a job you hate and your money barely lasts until the end of the month. Meanwhile, social media keeps screaming, e-com is easy, open a store and get rich. What they don't tell you is that most e-commerce stores die within months, not because of bad products, but because people lack a few critical skills. What skills exactly? Watch this video to find out. Can you spot the difference between a winning product and a bunch of overhyped junk? This skill is about looking at a product and understanding whether there's an opportunity there or not. It's about not falling for the looks or hype and likes you saw under some posts. Basically, it's an ability to quickly answer these questions. Who buys this? How often and why? What are the alternatives? What do those alternatives lack? If you don't have this skill, you'll most definitely get caught up in following trending products and stress out whenever those trends die and sales plummet. What's great is that you can train this skill. Successful businesses are perfect at recognizing patterns and they use them to their advantage. You can do the same at a smaller scale. Study reviews of similar products, read your potential customers' complaints on social media. Over time, you'll get better at spotting products that solve a real problem, and that can bring you real money. But simply having a good product to sell isn't enough. No matter how amazing it is, attention is everything. You need people to know about you and for them to want to buy your stuff. The second skill we're talking about here is the ability to bring people to your store intentionally. That can be done through ads, creating content, collaborating with influencers, search engines, and so on and so forth. Without this skill, no one's coming to buy from you. It's simply because they don't know you exist. Let me show you what that means in numbers. Let's compare two clients that I consult. Both sell the same minimalist desk lamp in the same price range. Client A was afraid of paid traffic, even after my advice. For 6 months, he relied only on SEO and posts on his personal social media pages. He got nothing but slow organic growth, a few reposts from friends and stuff like that. In half a year, he made around $1,800 net profit. It's not terrible, but it moved the needle only a little in terms of improving his quality of life. Client B took the same lamp, same price point, but from day one was ready to invest in attention. In 6 months, he spent about $3,000 on influencer collabs and simple paid ads. At first he was scared. He thought, what if I'm just throwing money to the wind? But by the end of that period, after all costs, including marketing, his net profit was about $9,000. Same product, but different attitudes to traffic. One store saved on marketing and stayed small. The other one paid for reach and ended up earning roughly 5 times more. Moving to the third skill. If you hate numbers, e-commerce is going to rob you. And this skill is all about knowing what one sale is actually making for you. Without it, you may have good sales days and still end the month broke. You'll keep scaling campaigns that drain money because the revenue looks big and you never check the profit margins. Keep your eye on the numbers at all times. Use a calculator, use a spreadsheet, AI assistant, whatever you want, just do it. These are essentials you absolutely must know. How much money you pay for the product, how much shipping, taxes, and payment fees cost you, how much you spend to pull in customers, and what's left after all that. It's not difficult at all. All you need is a simple Google spreadsheet. There are plenty of free templates for this. Grab one and start listing all your expenses, including even the small stuff you don't want to think about. Divide profit by number of orders, and there are your numbers. Once you have those numbers in front of you, you'll see where all your money's going and where you can increase margins. And that's what you want. A lot of beginners die not from lack of ideas, but from perfectionism. This skill is about separating something that's nice to have from something that directly affects sales. If you don't have the skill, then instead of testing products and running ads, you may end up spending 6 months over polishing your website on a limited budget, doing stuff like changing colors, arguing with a designer about some logo, and planning an expensive product photo shoot. Meanwhile, the store is making nothing because it hasn't really opened. To get good sales, you don't need a luxurious website or a full studio shoot for every product. More often than not, a decent ready-made theme, a simple text logo, and clean, well-lit photos are enough to start. Here's a quick way to control your perfectionism. Whenever you decide to do something, ask yourself one simple question. Will this directly influence sales? If the honest answer is no, or barely, then don't spend your time and money. For example, fancy gallery plugins for your product photos, impact is minimal. Rewriting your product description so they speak to your ideal buyer, that can actually raise conversions. Debating for a week whether the logo should be 2 times bigger, people won't notice any difference. Improving your offer, like bonuses, bundles, guarantees, yeah, that'll absolutely work. No need to obsess over details that don't pay you back. If you can learn to spot what truly matters and let everything else be good enough, not perfect, you'll move faster and your budget will go where it should, into things that actually bring money in. On another note, e-commerce beginners love chasing new customers and completely ignoring the ones they already paid to get. That's why the next skill we're looking at is so important. This skill is the ability to take care of people after they buy from you, answering emails, fixing issues quickly, sending useful updates, and making it easy for someone to come back. But if you ignore their message, answer coldly, or start hinting that it's somehow their fault, they won't come back and they definitely won't recommend you to anybody else. Let me give you some examples. A parcel arrives half crushed and the customer writes to you, "Hey, my order came damaged. What do we do?" Option 1 is the "I don't care" reply. It sounds something like, "We're not responsible for how delivery services handle packages. You can contact the courier company yourself." This is how you lose a customer forever. Option 2, the better route, sounds something like, "Hey, I'm really sorry it arrived like that. That's not the experience we want you to have. Send me a photo of some of the damage, please. I'll arrange a replacement, refund to you as an apology. Here's a small discount for your next order as well." This is what caring about customers looks like in e-commerce. Let's look at the next skill because it truly is a must, as it wipes out most beginners. Orders pile up, refunds get lost, products get mixed up, suppliers misunderstand you, and your inbox turns into a personal nightmare. Without the next skill we're looking at, your weeks will look like chaos. It's all about knowing what to deal with first and not letting unfinished tasks pile up. What actually helps here is not being more organized, but having a simple, fixed routine. Break your daily work into small steps and always follow them in the same order. For example, first, 30 to 60 minutes, only answer customers. Next block, check orders and refunds. After that, review suppliers and stock. Only then move to growth tasks, new creatives, new offers, new products. Don't jump to the next block until you've closed the first one. Multitasking is great, I know, but few people can master it. Same with files and materials. Figure out one place where you store product photos, add creative, supplier contacts, and terms. Use one folder structure and stick to it instead of hunting through 200 random files on your desktop. Write down the sequence for yourself. That's your basic operations plan. When something breaks, a missed order, a late shipment, add a line to the routine so it doesn't happen again. You'll thank yourself later. All right, our next skill is less on the practical and more on the psychological side, but it's critical. E-commerce is a constant cycle. You try something, see what happens, and adjust. Most people only do the first step and just give up when they don't see instant results. They decide, it's not for me, and quite often this messes with their head. They start to think that they're losers. But you need to understand that running a store is just business. It's not something that determines who you are as a person. Don't jump to conclusions so quickly. Look at the results, no matter how bad they are, and ask yourself, is this a traffic problem or a conversions problem? Is the product bad or is the way I'm presenting it weak? Did I give this test enough time and data or did I panic early? If you don't develop this ability, you'll rage quit over something that's fixable. In business, you need to have this kind of mentality. If it doesn't work, something else will, and it will. Do you think big businesses become successful right off the bat? Nope. The key here is to be willing to adapt. Try new things and find what works and what doesn't. That requires patience and even stubbornness. Practice staying neutral and unbothered. Set clear test periods and budgets up front. Decide what success and failure looks like in advance. When the data comes in, follow the plan instead of your mood. Now here's one last skill, and it depends on your emotional stamina. Things will go down. Like fall off. It's a part of the journey. Ads will suddenly stop performing, a platform will ban an account for no clear reason, a week of good sales will be followed by 3 quiet days that make you doubt everything. If you get upset at every dip, you won't last long enough for your skills to pay off. This skill is about being able to zoom out, recognize patterns instead of panicking at single days. Keep doing the work when it's boring and don't chase a new business model every time you feel uncomfortable. You can build a skill like any other. Set realistic expectations, give yourself longer time frames, talk to other business owners so that you will be able to see that volatility is normal, not something that determines your self-worth. Business can get messy and dirty, but really you just have to roll up your sleeves and get stuff done. E-commerce is absolutely one of the most accessible paths to financial independence right now. But like anything else in life, it requires certain skills to succeed. If you're missing some of these, that doesn't mean you're doomed. It actually means you've discovered areas to improve in, and that's better than not knowing anything, right? Pick one weak spot and work on it deliberately for a month. Then move to the next. That's the reality about how things get done. And if you're ready to treat it like a real craft, then e-commerce can absolutely be your way out. I hope this video was useful for you. If it was, click the like button below and subscribe to my channel. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.